First, it's a 10-day festival of spiritual performance, and the focus is on the interfaith dialogue. We've got people doing stuff from the Christian tradition, the Jewish tradition, the Hindu tradition, Native American tradition, the Hawaiian tradition, and nondescript personal spirituality, something you can't nail down. We've got an atheist storyteller, we've got a pagan show. People talking about their own personal spiritual experiences from whatever source and how that spiritual experience has changed their lives or been important in their lives. The other part of it is the year-round program. Spirit in the House does 2 weekends at Patrick's Cabaret. One is in January, which we've been doing for 3 years, and they've been going so well that Patrick asked us to add another weekend in September. And those are different because in one night you can see maybe 4 or 5 different faith traditions plus 4 or 5 different art forms. It's a great cabaret thing that Patrick's has been doing for a long time. We'll also be offering the service of teaching how to do drama in the church. That might be like a summer drama camp where you have you have teenagers or kids working with the parables, doing storytelling based on the stories that Jesus told, the stories told about Jesus, Old Testament stuff. And then, you know, blossoming that into like a Christmas pageant or a Christmas show or an Easter show, things where the kids and the adults are working together to produce something. There's another service we're going to offer, which is the shows in the 10-day festival. If you want to book one of them into your church, we can recommend the right show for the right church. There'll be a show like Witnessing to a Murder, which is a social action show. That's played at 2 or 3 churches. Theater for the Thirsty has been doing shows in churches full-time for 12 years. And they travel all over the state, and they've got probably 5 or 6 different shows they can do. They do children's sermons, they do full-length plays, they do plays that are not specifically religious but have a spiritual underpinning. And they've done very successful fringe shows where it's straight theater. Nobody knows they're doing spiritual work. So we've got a full year's worth of programming we can help people with aside from the festival, but the festival is kind of a showcase of it all. There's 31 different shows, and there's shows that deal with specific religious traditions, but in a fun way. There's one of the shows is The Diary of Adam and Eve, which is written by the guys who wrote Fiddler on the Roof. But that's being done by Nautilus Musical Theater, and they're flying in a singer from New York City to do this. Kevin Kling is doing a show about the Bible, and he's got Claudia Schmidt coming in to guest with him. We've got from the Mixed Blood Theater Company, we have Dr. King's Dream. Warren Bowles will be portraying Dr. King, telling about his whole life. And he'll be doing that from the pulpit in the sanctuary at Hennepin Methodist. There's Ragamala Dance Company, which is a world-famous Hindu dance company. We got a show called the All-You-Can-Eat Spiritual Buffet, which is a terribly funny comedy, which was in the Spiritual Fringe a few years ago. It's about a Methodist woman who's married to a Hindu guy, and how does she, you know, what does she teach her kids? How does she bring her kids up in a spiritual tradition? And there's some serious stuff. There's a show called The World's Most Frequently Bombed Hotel, which is about living with a Catholic family whose 14-year-old daughter was killed by the Protestants because she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a social action show called I Voted for Gummy Bears, which is about how people who have a felony, sometimes they can't vote anymore, and how that kind of sidelines the felons so that they never come back into society. And we're actually going to try to change that law while the festival is up, so stay tuned for that. May 23rd to June 1st, there'll be, each show gets 5 different performances, so there'll be 10 days of shows. Each show is about an hour, some are a little longer. But you could see anywhere from two shows a night during the week, 2 or 3, to 5 or 6 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They're all at Hennepin Methodist Church, which is right where Hennepin and Lyndale meet across from the Walker Arts Center. And you can go to spiritinthehouse.org to get show information. Tickets can be bought ahead of time through Uptown Ticks. You can get the 5-show card where you pay for 4 and get the 5th one free. That's called the Sacrilegious Punch Card. And then if you want to see as many shows as you want, for 99 bucks you can get the Nirvana-rama Universal Pass. You can see as many shows as you like for that. So after the 8th show, it's all free, and you can see like 20 shows for nothing. What do you think of that? So you might be wondering, what can I do to help? Well, there's several things you can do. Number one, you can tell your buddies about it. You might want to send them an email saying, look at this website. If you know of an Avant congregation that might want to be tuned into this stuff, might be interested in bringing drama into their church and wants to see something happen to get an idea of what it's about, give us that name. Send it to sealtotal@aol.com, and I'll make sure that we get in touch with that congregation. You might want to volunteer to be a box officer. One of the main ways we stay afloat as a nonprofit is that all box office positions are volunteer. And for each show that you cover as a box officer, you get a free ticket to another show. So you might want to think about that. Go to the website, spiritinthehouse.org, and say, let's find that spot where it says volunteers. Spirit in the House is applying for 501c3 designation. You can make a contribution to us now and have it be a tax-deductible contribution. The same as like the Guthrie. Does the Guthrie need the money? Yeah, we need the money. Guthrie's got plenty of money. Guthrie can lobby the state for money. We can't do that. We need your help. So a tax-deductible contribution from you or your corporate sponsor, possibly if somebody wants to advertise the program. Maybe your company has a matching gift program, you know. Anything helps. Spirit in the House came about because there's these artists who want to show the spiritual side of their work, and they're really great artists, and the spiritual part of their work really informs it, and some of it's extremely funny, and some of it's very poignant, but all of it is people trying to add another level of meaning to their work. It especially is important nowadays when we have to learn how to talk to people who are different from us, people who we disagree with. And when we bring it back to the interfaith dialogue, the best way to start that dialogue is to start by listening. And that's what the theater audience does best. Spirit in the House, it's not just entertainment, it's entertainment with meaning.